The man expected to be leading Iran is not in control, not politically, not strategically, but physically absent from decision-making. Mojtaba Khamenei, recently positioned to step into the role of supreme leader, is reportedly in critical condition inside a Tehran hospital. Unaware of the decisions being taken in his name, unaware of the deepening crisis, and unaware that the system he was meant to stabilize is now fragmenting from within. And in that absence, something unpredictable has begun. Iran's own president has openly pushed for reopening the Strait of Hormuz. Its foreign minister has announced that commercial ships are free to pass. Yet almost at the same time, the IRGC has targeted vessels in those same waters. Same country, same leadership. Completely conflicting actions. Even state media has started openly criticizing officials, something rarely seen in such systems. What's happening is no longer just a crisis, it's a breakdown of centralized authority. 3 power centers are issuing parallel orders. 3 agendas are colliding, and above them all, the one figure meant to unify decisions is unable to act. This is where everything converges. External pressure, internal division, economic collapse, and a leadership vacuum forming at the worst possible moment. To understand how serious this is, you need to look at how Iran's system used to function. The Islamic Republic has always had multiple centers of power: the presidency, the parliament, the IRGC, the Guardian Council. But all of them ultimately revolved around one authority: the supreme leader. For decades, Ali Khamenei acted as that central force, resolving disputes and preventing factional conflicts from spiraling out of control. Without that stabilizing presence, the system isn't just strained, it's drifting. Into this vacuum stepped Mojtaba Khamenei, expected to carry forward continuity. But instead of restoring balance, his sudden absence has left the system without a functioning core. And into that void, 4 powerful figures have emerged: Vahidi, Ghalibaf, Zulqadar, and Rezai, all with shared histories, rivalries, and completely different visions for Iran's future. Ahmad Vahidi represents the hardline approach. For him, conflict is not just policy, it's necessity. The IRGC's influence, funding, and strategic relevance all depend on continued tension. Peace, in his view, weakens everything the institution stands for. On the opposite side stands Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, not a reformist, but a realist. He sees an economy under extreme strain, infrastructure damage, and a system that may not survive prolonged conflict. His position is simple: negotiate, stabilize, and preserve the system before it collapses completely. Alongside him, Abbas Araghchi has attempted to signal de-escalation internationally, but even his statements have been contradicted internally, exposing the lack of coordination at the highest levels. And then there's Masoud Pezeshkian, who has taken the unusual step of publicly acknowledging the cost of the conflict on ordinary citizens. His statements reflect something deeper: a growing gap between the leadership and the people. Because while official narratives suggest strong support for continued confrontation, independent indicators suggest the opposite. Many Iranians are more concerned with economic stability, daily survival, and long-term security than geopolitical conflict. This disconnect is becoming harder to hide. At the same time, external pressure is intensifying. The Strait of Hormuz, one of the most critical global oil routes, has become a symbol of Iran's internal contradictions. Open one moment, restricted the next. Signals sent to the world are immediately reversed on the ground. Countries watching this pattern are drawing a clear conclusion: Iran is struggling to act as a unified state. Even more significant is the shifting stance of global powers. Xi Jinping has emphasized the importance of keeping the strait open, signaling that economic stability takes priority. Meanwhile, Sergei Lavrov has expressed support for Iran, while also positioning Russia to benefit from disruptions in oil supply. These are not just diplomatic moves, they are strategic calculations. Iran now finds itself in a position where even its closest partners are prioritizing their own interests over alignment with Tehran's internal decisions. And internally, the situation continues to fragment. Decisions are being made without clear authority. Negotiations are being discussed without unified backing. Military actions are being taken without consistent messaging. It's a system operating without coordination, where every faction is pushing its own agenda. The historical parallel many analysts quietly reference is situations where leadership vacuums turned into power struggles among insiders who knew each other too well. Allies turned competitors, each carrying years of rivalry. That's what makes this moment so volatile. This isn't just about policy differences, it's about control. Each faction is calculating its next move, whether to negotiate, escalate, or outmaneuver the others internally. And with no single authority to enforce a final decision, every move risks triggering further instability. Meanwhile, the population watches from the outside, increasingly disconnected from decisions that directly impact their lives. The world is watching too. The United States, regional powers, and global economies are all focused on what happens next. Not just in terms of conflict, but in terms of whether Iran can stabilize itself internally. Because right now, the real story isn't just what's happening in the Strait of Hormuz, it's what's happening inside Tehran. A system built on centralized control is now operating without it. Competing visions are clashing, external pressure is rising, and the people at the center of it all are running out of time to decide which direction the country takes. One path leads toward negotiation and stabilization. The other leads toward escalation and deeper fragmentation. And the most critical question remains unanswered. Who is actually in control?